Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. It was just too nice to be doing Transfer Daily in a hot studio today. You know what, when you live in this country, you got to make the best of this weather, make the most of it when it comes around. And it's beautiful today, just chilling here, and it's really, really good. Now, there's only 4 days left of the transfer window, then it is shut. So 4 days left for Arsenal to get their business done, to get players in, to get players out. And the first player I'm going to talk about today, this is a real strange one to me. He only just signed a new contract for Arsenal the other day, and now it looks like he's going to be going out on loan, moving to one of our Premier League rivals as well in Fulham, and I'm talking about Callum Chambers. Callum Chambers, today the links are that he's going to be moving to Fulham, having a medical there today, and moving to Fulham on a loan deal. Said to be a year loan deal. Strange one for me, really. Strange one. I thought to myself that Callum Chambers had a good end to last season. I really do look at him as a player that's got a lot of potential, especially when I look at the England setup when I was over there in Russia and I saw John Stones and I saw Harry Maguire, and I said to myself, he's not as good as those guys yet, but with a lot of playing time, he can become to that level. And I think Callum Chambers is one of those defenders that if he has an experienced defender next to him, he plays well. And he's also never really had a chance under Arsene Wenger to play in his proper role, which is a centre-back. He's been shifted out on the right, he's been moved around, sometimes even playing as a holding midfielder. But he's never really had that extended opportunity to play in his preferred position, which is that of a centre-back. But the rumours are today that he is going to be moving to Fulham on loan. And as I said, bit of a strange one to me. If anything, I would have thought that Arsenal would have been looking to maybe move Rob Holding out on a loan. Rob Holding to me seems the more obvious one that would have went out on a loan for me. But what the rumours are saying today is that it's going to be Callum Chambers going over to Fulham, and certainly Fulham putting together a really good team for this season. Do we want to be strengthening them up? So if he does go out, are Arsenal looking to bring in an experienced centre-back? They've been linked today with Jerome Boateng of Bayern Munich. Boateng's been heavily linked with a move to Manchester United, but we've been told that Arsenal also waiting in the wings and would be willing to bring Boateng in. Boateng now is knocking on a bit, 29, but a very, very good centre-back, World Cup winner. Although he didn't have a good World Cup for Germany in the World Cup just gone. As a matter of fact, he was very, very poor in that World Cup. And as I said, Bayern Munich willing to let him go. He's 29 now. And the value they're putting on him is £45 million, which on the one hand is a lot of money, but when you think about what he's done, when you think about how good he is, £45 million probably is more, you know, the sort of money he would be valued at. Now, should Arsenal be in for a guy like Boateng? As I've said before, I think Arsenal should be putting a lot of their budget into trying to bring in top quality players in that position. And certainly Boateng is top quality, even though as I said, he didn't have a good World Cup. We'd really like to know what you guys think about this one. As I said, the favourites to sign him are Manchester United. Arsenal also linked with Vida. We've spoken about that one for the last couple of days. Again, another player that's 29. So not a young centre-back. Maybe Arsenal looking at it and saying, you know, we want experienced players in that position. But certainly he'd be quite an old back four if you think about it. If you've got to say Lichtsteiner playing, say you bought in a Vida or a Boateng 29, you got Petr Cech in goal 30 odd, you then got Socrates there 29, and then maybe Monreal 30 odd. I mean, that's quite an old, you know, Lichtsteiner 34, quite an old back four, you know. So it'd be really interesting to see what happens with this one. Another player. Now, this player's not been linked with a move to Arsenal, but this guy you know, he's looks like he's going to be on his way to Everton, and it really surprises me this one that Arsenal didn't take a look at him, and that's Yerry Mina, the Barcelona player, still young, 23, 24, was excellent in the World Cup for Colombia. I remember, especially from set pieces, he was really, really dangerous. Big, rangy centre back, and I look at him and think he would have been a half-decent player for Arsenal to have tried and move in and get, but it does look like he is going to be on his way to Everton. But I just look at it and thinking, you know, it's an upgrade on what we've got. You know, that wouldn't have been a bad signing, but listen, you can't sign everybody, can you? Arsenal linked again today with a left-back. Now, of course, we've got a lot of problems in the left-back area. Of course, Kolasinac out for anything from 8 to 10 weeks. That's a massive blow. Nacho Monreal didn't play in the friendly at the weekend. And Unai Emery saying that, you know, he's suffering from a little bit of an injury. He came back with a little bit of a knee injury. So he's fighting to be fit for the opening game. And we've got a bit of a left-back crisis. It's Maitland-Niles who's going to have to fill in. But do you want to be going into those first few games with somebody filling in? You've got, you know, Man City in the first game, who looked excellent yesterday as they beat Chelsea. They look like they're continuing on where they left off last year, so that's going to be a really, really tough game. Then we got Chelsea away, then West Ham at home. It's a really, really difficult start for Arsenal. And going into those games without a recognised left-back could be really, really tricky. So Arsenal linked today with Ricardo Rodriguez. Now, we've been linked with this guy for a long time. When he was at Wolfsburg, we were getting linked with him heavily when we were desperately seeking a left-back. We didn't get him. He ended up going to AC Milan. And Milan would like to keep hold of him. However, his valuation ran about £30 million. And we're being told today that Arsenal might be looking to go in and try and make a bid before deadline day to bring Ricardo Rodriguez in. Certainly, he would be an excellent player to bring in. Swiss international, of course, he'd know Lichtsteiner, he'd know Granit Xhaka. He's very good friends with Granit Xhaka, as a matter of fact. So he would be a great addition to the squad. But then what would happen when everybody's fit again? What, you know, what happens to Kolasinac? What happens to Monreal? Surely one of them, that would mean that one of those would have to go maybe in January. I don't know. But linked today with Rodriguez. Will Unai Emery say to himself, listen, just put Maitland-Niles in for now. Monreal will be back soon. It's not the end of the world. Or is he going to look at it and say, listen, I really need to get that experienced player in as soon as possible to fill these holes, because, you know, it's not a good situation here where we do not have a left back. So, again, one of those we're going to have to keep a close eye on. But it's come at a terrible time, the fact that Kolasinac is going to be out for 8 weeks. Lucas Perez. Now, I told you guys that it looked like he was could be on his way to Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon put in a bid of £4.5 million, which was accepted apparently by Arsenal. Well, there's another team really chasing him hard, and that's West Ham. West Ham, what a lot of rumours are saying today, looking to have talks with Lucas Perez today, and would like to bring him in at West Ham. Certainly, it looks like Arsenal are going to be cashing in, and well, you say cashing in and losing lots of money, because £4.5 million for a player that a couple of seasons ago he paid 17 million for is a big loss. But it does look like Lucas Perez is going to be leaving. And who else is going to be leaving? As I said, only 4 days left. What's going to happen with Welbeck? What's happening with Aaron Ramsey? Remember I said last week, for me, if it weren't done by the end of today, I'd be looking to sell him. There were these rumours flying around yesterday that Aaron Ramsey and his team are demanded £300,000 a week. Actually, his agency, they replied to somebody on Twitter who was asking the question, are you looking for this sort of money for Aaron Ramsey? And they replied saying, no, that's absolute nonsense. But certainly Ramsey's looking for a big amount of money. It's obvious, or the deal would have been done already. Are Arsenal going to pay that big amount of money, or are they going to move Aaron Ramsey on? We do not want to get into that situation that happens all the time with Arsenal, where we got a player running down their contract. If he doesn't get it done, my deadline was today. I don't know what Arsenal's is, but certainly for me, they've got to move him on if he's not going to sign, and bring in somebody before the window closes. However, then he could be moving to a Chelsea or something like that, which none of us would like to see. But would you rather it done now than he moves to a Chelsea or something at the end of the season for nothing? I don't know. This is where Arsenal have to be smart. And you know, I was just thinking with that Ricardo Rodriguez thing. Imagine Ivan Gazidis being the one trying to negotiate and help to sort that one out with AC Milan, when it looks like he's definitely going to be moving there. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Only 4 days to go. We're going to be all over it here on AFTV. If we make any signings throughout the day or throughout any of the days leading up to the transfer window, we'll be look for us immediately. We'll give you a rundown on who that player is. But thanks for watching the show today. Enjoy the sunshine in the UK if you're here, and we'll be back tomorrow.